Hey guys, this is Lala Legacy and welcome back to another episode of the second reproduction. So if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button because that would mean the whole world to me. And after this video, if you liked it, hit that like button too. Now let's get into this. Surprised by the sudden hug, Kiria was taken aback. She blinked once, twice, and looked at me in bewilderment. You're Kiria, right? Yes, but how did you know my name? Huh? Because... A chill suddenly ran down my spine, stopping me mid-sentence. What's going on? What was I looking at? Was this a continuation of my dream? Fear leaked out of me, making cold sweat run down my neck. Oh, I see. Did you hear my name from Lord Gardas last night? Seeing me freeze up, Kiria took control of the conversation and lightly hit her fist against the palm of her hand, as if realizing something. Yeah. Lizette tilted his head in confusion, not quite following the conversation. I was having some trouble understanding what was going on myself, so I don't blame him. Did I dream the future? No, that's too weird. It didn't have any of the convenient developments most dreams have, nor did it leave out most of the details. It felt more like a long play, as if I'd really lived through it. And it had a huge influence over me, even completely changing the way I thought. I placed a hand on my forehead, worried that there was something wrong with my brain. Whoops. Oh. No. I can't dismiss it as a delusion or just coincidence. Not yet. Calm down and start from the beginning. I decided that, took a deep breath and spoke. Kiria, what are your opinions on Lizette and myself? Huh? Champions are the natural enemy of the demon race, so I was wondering. Oh, I like you both a lot. Don't worry about that. Based on? Well, you kept your promise back then and didn't kill me, so I found myself thinking, wow, so this is what you call a champion. You don't remember me? I'm the woman who gave you directions to Lord Gardas's room. Yes, you were. I loved the way you guys tied me up, right? Yes. You seem to know me really well already. I'm sorry if we were rough with you last night. Were you hurt at all? Thank you for your concern. But I have a sturdy body. But having a sturdy body is a specialty of mine, so you needn't worry about me. Alright, you could come here to tell us, did you come here to tell us something, didn't you? Oh, that's right, I came to call you. Lord Gardas has invited you both to the throne room. Princess. What for? I don't know, that's all he said. I nodded to a nervous Lizette, then returned my gaze back to Kiria. I understand. I remember the place from yesterday, so you can leave if you want, Kiria. Huh? I understand. If you need anything else, just ask me. I've been assigned as your personal servant from now on, so I'll be right there if you ever need me. Alright, thank you. Are you sure? If we let her guide us... We don't need hostages. Huh? But... Let's just go. Yes. Still, she acts like... A human, right? Yeah, you agree, don't you? So we're measuring how human someone is based on some kind of scale, huh? Princess, what do you mean by... I scanned my surroundings, checking every nook and cranny of the hallway. The scars on the stone wall, the candle holder over there, and the length of a shadow that stretched down the hallway. I knew all of them. It was too dark last night for me to see them properly, but I could recognize them in an instant. Princess? Humans can only do so much. Sometimes, having too much pride and arrogance can make you lose someone you care about, even the one you need the most. Am I going insane? Or is someone trying to trick me? Well, whatever it is, I just need to stay calm and keep an eye out. You're late, oh champion who has inherited the nostalgic title. Gardas spread his arms out dramatically. On both sides of the red carpet between us and the Demon Lord stood 2 lines of strong men. It was exactly the same as last time, only my heart was different. Gardas! The supposedly evil, merciless Demon Lord was standing before me, but I knew he was really a kind, brave, and determined king. He cared about his people more than anything. I wanted to scream at him to stop acting all aloof and be the nice guy he really was, but I knew he'd just think I was crazy. We were enemies right now, after all. I only arrived yesterday and I came for the sole purpose of killing him. And now, I need him to remove Lizette's rings, so I mustn't act carelessly or he'll get suspicious. As my heart ached from my dilemma, Gardas declared something to the crowd with a voice fit for a king. Everyone, this is an order. I forbid all of you from harming this champion. She is my guest. What? Sorry, hold on. Cat hair in my throat again. Oh, God. You boys shed so much. Yes, my lord. All right, you may leave. Please excuse us. The men hesitated at first, but they soon all bowed their heads obediently to their lord. As I watched them leave the room, I desperately tried to think of something to say to Gardas. What on earth are you planning? In the end, I chose a reaction he would have expected. But doesn't this make your job easier, O mighty champion? An adult who doesn't know how to play with a children's toy might hurt his fingers, you know. So you think you have the right to lecture me after only living for a handful of decades? Living longer doesn't make you any better, don't you think? Indeed. I watched Gardas as he closed his eyes, wearing an unusually gloom look on his face. Then suddenly noticing my gaze, he became startled for a brief moment. But then he waved his hand, implying that he was just fooling around. Now that I thought about it, Gardas must have been reminded of all the cruelty he'd seen in his long life. His lifespan was several times longer than a human's, so all the pain and sorrow he experienced over a lifetime was far heavier on his heart. He'd been king for longer than most human rulers as well, so the suffering he'd experienced was unimaginable. Gardas! You must have seen so much in that long life of yours, so much pain and suffering. Lord Gardas! What is it? Oh, is this Jin? Whoops. A pale demon suddenly ran into the room, interrupting our conversation. He was sweating heavily, and his clothes looked dirty and disheveled. Oh no, it's not. Tragedy has befallen the West Borders yet again, Your Highness. Tragedy has befallen the West Borders yet again, Your Highness. By fault of the champions, Lord Raviel has had rushed to the scene, and things have settled down for the moment. But if this continues, we may have to bring the villagers to the capital. I see. I'll leave it to you then. I will see the villagers for myself later. Yes, my lord. After accepting his orders, the man gave a courteous bow. And as he left, I caught a glimpse of his determined expression. He seemed totally different to the pale man he was a few moments ago. I could understand why now. Gardas was a king who did everything he could to protect his kingdom, and the people trusted and respected him for that. You're going? I am. It saddens me to leave you all alone, but I have a duty to fulfill. Then I'm going too. Huh? Neither Gardas nor Lizette had expected that, and they both stiffened up in shock. Realizing that I'd probably said something I shouldn't have, I quickly added, Well, after meeting that Kadia woman and a few others, I can accept that they're nothing like the monstrous demons we were always told about. As a champion, my goal is to find true peace, so I think it's important that I investigate you demons further. It wasn't very convincing at all, and Gardas looked at me with eyes full of suspicion. You know, that sounds very different to the drivel you were spouting last night. Are you going to backstab me while we're inspecting the village? You're bored and you want toys to play with, right? Then why not enjoy some constant vigilance? You're more interesting than I expected. Very well, you may both come. And we shall. Princess, what on earth are you? Sorry, Lizette. I know what you're thinking, but just trust me for now. Please? If that is what you wish, Princess. Are you sure? Do you really think I could decline a request made by you, Princess? No matter what situation we're in, I'll risk my life to fulfill your every command. Thank you. How cruel! I grimaced at the brutal scene before us. There were survivors, but it must have been a wide-scale attack since every single building in the village was damaged. Some were reduced to rubble, while smoke lingered around others. As long as some of the villagers survive, there's still hope. I suppose this is a wonderful sight to you two, isn't it? If you have the time to talk like that, then shouldn't you be using it to help the casualties? What? Come on, Lizette! I heard a voice below the rubble here. Right! I ignored Gardas as he looked on in disbelief and concentrated on the collapsed building. Once all the rubble was gone, we found a few tearful children curled up on the bottom. They'd been lucky. The rubble had fallen in just the right way and none of them were crushed. At first, they were delighted, and their eyes glittered with relief, but once they saw we were human, they flinched and started trembling. Don't kill us! I won't, it's all right. We're here to save you, aren't we, Lizette? Yeah. Really? Yes, really. This tough guy here will protect all of you. Eh? I'll leave the children to you. I'll look for more survivors. Are you serious? Princess! Hey, are you leaving? A little hand gripped the hem of his coat. Confusion and alarm reflected in Lizette's eyes. Well, I'm not surprised. Lizette was heterodoxist, so he was probably finding this hard to accept. Worried for a few moments, I stopped walking and glanced back at them. No, this is Lizette we're talking about. He wouldn't hurt them. Hey! But then, Lizette's hesitant eyes suddenly flooded with resolution. Can you still stand up? He took a deep breath and bowed to the children. Had he cleared his doubts for now? Yes! Okay, everyone grab each other's hands. We're going to the courtyard. It's just as I thought. Children really do work best on Lizette. Lizette told me once that he was the eldest child in his family, so he had lots of little brothers and sisters to look after. That's why I was confident he'd never abandon a child in danger. Anyway, I should be helping out too. As I silently cheered on Lizette, I walked over to another pile of rubble, hearing a muffled voice cry out from under the rocks. I think this is the last. As the sun finally began to set, I sighed, glancing around my surroundings one more time. Near the courtyard, Lizette and a large crowd of children were having fun together. "Hey, mister, are you a champion?" "No, I'm not a champion, but my princess is." "So you're with the bad guys?" "A real champion would never do something this cruel, don't worry." "A real champion wouldn't kill us?" "Yes, isn't that why we're here?" "Oh, and since you saved us, you must be a good guy, right?" "You're a human, mister, but if it's you, I'd gladly marry you." "Hey, that's cheating. I want to marry him too." "Haha, then why don't we all get married?" Huh, what a bold declaration. Who would have thought a filthy mind lay behind such an innocent face? Gardas! "Have you finished everything on your side of the village?" I walked towards the two of them from behind, clapping the dust off my hands. "Yes, we managed to save far more people than expected thanks to you two. You have my gratitude." "Oh, you're not going to say something sarcastic?" I'm not a foolish enough king to interpret kindness as malice, and what's more, I doubt you're the type of woman to trick me through something like this, are you?" "Heh, you do have an eye for women. I'm not surprised, considering how many lovers you've had." Leaving that aside, I'd like you to tell me your true goal. You spent most of last night trying to kill me while spouting propaganda, but now you're saving demon children in a massacred village. It's as if you became a completely different person. I'm honestly wondering if I'm being deceived. I'm not surprised you feel that way. Even I don't know myself. But there's one thing I am sure about. I no longer believe that demons are the embodiment of all evil. I came here today to prove that. So you found the path you wish to walk from now on? I'm not sure yet. I know for sure that what I'm seeing now isn't an illusion, but there's still a lot I need to think about. An illusion? Don't worry about it. What's going on? I fell out of the window. I was sure of it. But as I fell, I remember hearing a weird sound. Then I'd suddenly gone back in time. It was like a novel I read once, about a girl who went back in time, but that was just a book. I never thought it would happen in real life. But it really did happen. In the book, the girl went back in time because she regretted something, but I didn't want to go back and try when I fell. This could have happened countless times already for all I knew. Whether I had a strong enough desire to change the way things went every single time, I couldn't tell. Is there something on your mind, Lady Christina? Oh, it's just you, Jin. Oh my, how did you find out my name? Damn, we haven't met yet, have we? Gardas told me. You look a lot like the Prime Minister he described. Oh, Gardas told you. Just as I expected, Jin gave me a suspicious smile. He called out to me all by himself last time. Looking back on it, he must have been trying to work out whether I was trustworthy or not. Jin always looked kind and gentle on the outside, but he was actually a man one shouldn't take lightly. Just the fact that he'd served Gardas as his right-hand man for so long proved that he wasn't your average civil servant. Anyway, how about we go for a drink to celebrate our first meeting? It seems a shame to leave only knowing your name, don't you think? Lonely even. A drink? I hated being seen as suspicious, but I knew it was important to gain everyone's trust and get along with them as soon as possible. I had no idea why I'd gone back in time, but if I wanted things to go smoothly, I had to get as many obstacles out of my way as possible. Things were complicated enough as they were. I didn't want to cause someone offense and make things even worse. Okay, a drink it is. Excellent. Then please follow me to my room. I just so happen to have a bottle of mature wine in there. Really? That sounds good. And just like that, I agreed to it and followed him to his room. However... Uh-oh. And then, I didn't think my tolerance level was that bad. I was completely smashed after only a few cups. Jin, however, seemed perfectly sober as he refilled my cup. His expression hadn't changed one bit. Why does it feel so hot in here? Oh, apparently this wine makes humans sweat a lot. It's a popular detox product. Really? If you feel too hot, maybe you should take your clothes off. Oh, yeah, then I guess I'll take my coat off. With fumbling hands, I unbuttoned my coat and took it off. Any better? Not really. Then why not remove another layer? I guess, yeah, I should. My mind was a complete mess. All I could think about was how hot it was and what I could do about it. Who cares if I was down in my blouse? I don't think you should strain yourself. In fact, you look like you might collapse if you try going back to your room. Here, come and have a rest on my bed. Yeah, thanks. My body had been feeling really heavy for a while. I couldn't even sit up properly. I stood up, my legs all over the place, but Jin managed to grab my hand and lead me to the bed. Still too hot? Yeah. Then, why don't we do something even hotter? Eh? Jin moved his face closer to mine for some reason. The moonlight flowing through the window made his eyes glitter, a red so bewitchingly deep that it was like blood. Your eyes, such a beautiful color. Huh? They're like jewels, so clean and beautiful. No, they're not. They're not? A demon's eyes reflect his very soul, so they can't look like that. Okay, then your soul must be clean and beautiful. So beautiful, but inside, it looks so sad, like you're going to cry. If it is sad, will you comfort me? Sure, I'll comfort you, so don't cry anymore, okay? Without thinking, I caressed his dry cheek. I felt him gasp through my fingers, then giggle to himself. How troubling. It seems you're thawing my emotions. All I can remember after that was everything feeling so hot and painful. My blurred vision quickly fell into complete darkness. Oh, yikes. So, that weird presence I felt was a spell someone's cast on her. It's badly done, so it probably won't last much longer. I heard an emotionless voice through my ears as I faded in and out of consciousness. I felt something cold press against my forehead, the sensation both sharp yet surprisingly pleasant, as if it was washing away all the tension in my head. Okay, I'll unlock one, as thanks. You've given me some valuable information after all. I heard the sound of a chain being broken. Oh. I was lying on the bed, my naked body illuminated by the morning sun. With sleepy eyes, I looked around the room and realized I wasn't in my own bed. Oh, you're finally awake! Good morning, Lady Christina. I stared at Jin as he slowly walked over to me, a glass of water in each hand. Jin, why am I naked? Because you had sex with me last night. Oh, I see, with you. Is that a problem? That was my first time, you know. Indeed. Oh, don't glare at me like that, Lady Christina. You took all your clothes off yourself and kept complaining about the heat. What was I supposed to do? If the food's dangling right in front of me, then I might as well eat it. Did I really do something like that? Yes, you were really, really drunk. You're kidding! I pressed my hand against my pounding head, and tried to remember what happened. Jin invited me to his room last night for a drink, then that was it. I couldn't remember anything else. I'm so stupid! I never thought Jin would make his move that quickly. But I'd followed him to his room, drank like a fish, then stripped naked. I wasn't sure if I was entirely blameless either. Unlike most princesses, I wasn't obsessed with keeping my virginity intact. I mean, I wasn't happy about what just happened, but I wasn't traumatized or wailing in grief or anything. It wasn't the end of the world. Sorry for all of the trouble. But no matter what happened, I'd never regained my past purity. So I decided to forget about it and put my clothes back on. I'll escort you back to your room. It's fine. We'll meet again later when the others aren't around, or when the others are around. I said that sarcastically as I stood up and headed out of the room without looking back. Oh, come on. I mean, that was a pretty bad thing for him to do, but I'm very conflicted. 'Cause she was drunk, she couldn't consent. Even after I left the room, my body ached more and more painfully as I walked, making me feel even worse. I decided to forget about it, but I still felt shocked and unsteady. I don't get it. What was Jin trying to achieve? The Jin I knew wouldn't have laid hands on the Demon Lord's guest like that. If something changed, or if some things changed, it's probably got more to do with him than me. Another thing I'd have to look into. Oh well, completely changing your personality after just one day in Deathride must look really weird to him. No wonder Jin was suspicious. Gardas said once that Jin would do anything for Deathride and its Demon Lord, and it seemed he was right. Princess! Oh, good morning, Lizette! Jin said you were discussing your plans with him earlier. Did you only finish recently? Yes, that's right. I'm so tired. Are you okay, Princess? You don't look well. I'm fine. Don't worry about it. If a princess wanted to get married, she'd have to retain her virginity until her wedding night. I couldn't tell Lizette I'd lost something that important after getting drunk, so I forced a smile on my face. Well, if you're sure. You bastard, Jin, I'll get you next time. The fury in my heart had started burning, perhaps a little too late, but I tried to suppress it and headed towards the throne room with Lizette instead. Deathride. First month. Second round. Gardas, I have a favor to ask. What is it? The Lunaria Festival's just around the corner, right? When it's happening, I'd like you to increase the guards around the area. Why? We've had an increase in fake champions invading the area recently. We shouldn't let our guard down just because there's a lot of strong men around. Are you saying that as a former demon hunter? I am, so please. Alright, since it's you, I'll double the number of guards. Thank you, Gardas. There's less to worry about now. So tomorrow's the day off in the Demon Kingdom, huh? I should go to sleep. Alright, here we go. Okay, what should I do tonight? Go out. Rose Garden. Oh. First time that we've ever chosen to go here. What a coincidence. Good afternoon, Lady Christina. Fancy seeing you here of all places, in such a wide city. It's not a good afternoon anymore. And don't we normally see each other in the throne room anyway? Well, yes, but only in important meetings with His Majesty. Then maybe you should just try asking yourself why I'm avoiding you. Why? Well, I haven't a clue, really. Let me make a prediction. You'll definitely die by the hands of a woman. I don't remember any women holding a grudge against me, other than you, of course. Then they'll be my hands, then. How odd. What's odd? You were begging for more back then, so I thought I did something right. I must have messed up somewhere. Don't lie like that! I never! Oh, you don't remember? Then how about we do it again? That might remind you. Get away from me! Listen, don't you dare touch me again! Oh, then what should I do instead? Jin put his hands around my waist and pulled me close, gently whispering into my ears. His words were like a soft summer breeze, making me forget my anger. To tell the truth, I took quite a liking to you. I told you not to touch me! I'll get angry, Jin! But aren't you angry already? Ugh! I hate you! I can't believe I was stupid enough to trust you! Yes, hate me. Hate me as much as you want. Being loved would send cold shivers down my spine. Huh? Please come and visit my room again, Lady Christina. I'll see you later. I had no idea what his true intentions were. Whenever I thought I had him all worked out, he'd turn around and do something completely unexpected. Don't say sad things like that, you idiot! I was supposed to despise him, and yet I couldn't bring myself to hate him. Why? Whenever I saw that deep, mysterious shadow in his blood-red eyes, I got restless. He was an adult, yes, but I felt like I ought to be looking out for him. I didn't like that thought, so I shook my head, trying to dispel it. Okay, let's go to the courtyard. Aren't I good enough for you, Nana? Calm down, Hughes. You're scaring Nana. Shut up, Fane. You just want Nana for yourself, don't you? It's not that you aren't good enough. It's just all three of us have been best friends since we were kids. Why do I have to choose one of you? Being a childhood friend isn't good enough for me anymore, Nana. I want you to see me as a man. Hughes? You took the words right out of my mouth, Hughes. You too, Fane? Yes. Looks like we don't have a choice. We'll have a contest. Hughes, whoever gives Nana the best present on her birthday gets to date her. Sound good? Huh, I accept. Alright, courtyard again. Isn't that... I never expected you to own the third volume of The Princess and Her Knight, Jin. Well, I do love fairy tales. I used to read it to my little sister, and I still own all the volumes. I guess if anyone was going to own all the volumes, it'd be someone from Death Ride. Then again, you might be the only one here, too. I can lend them to you if you want. Really? Of course. If it makes you happy, I'm sure it'd make my sister happy, too. Oh, is your sister... She especially loved the third volume. She'd always get teary-eyed whenever the princess and the knight confessed their love to one another. And then she'd say to me, I wonder if a magnificent knight will appear before me, too. If my sister were to meet you right now, I'm sure she'd fall in love with you. You're exactly the same as the knight she dreamed of. Jin. Dang. Alright, let's go to the theater. Huh? Ooh! Oh! What? I can't believe it! This is my lucky day, hallelujah! Huh? You there, fancy earning some quick cash? Cash? You see, our main actress fell ill, and we don't have an understudy to replace her. I thought we were screwed when suddenly you appeared. I don't see what that's... That's why I want you to fill in for her. You look exactly like her, so I'm sure it'll all work out. Don't be ridiculous. I've never acted in all my life. Not a problem. Make a mistake, we can improvise around it. We'll even reward you for your time. I'm begging you. We're in so much trouble here. Someone always seems to fall ill on performance days. Hell yes. Let's go. Thank goodness, there's no time to spare. So here's today's script. A certain writer's prayers? It's a popular play in Deathrite. Apparently, the play was written in memory of the playwright's close friend who died of at a shockingly young age. Wow! This looks rather difficult, but... Alright, so... we know what this is about. Okay, I think I can remember most of it. Fantastic! Okay, curtains up! Huh? Wait! Hi, buddy! Come here. One of my cats walked right under my feet. Oh, hi, honey. One night, under the full moon, Princess Hilaris encountered an injured demon. The princess felt sorry for the demon and tried to heal his injuries, but... Leave me alone. My death here is certain. What are you talking about? If you're a man, then... Keep fighting until your final breath. What are you talking about? If you're a man, then keep fighting until your final breath. Why won't you run away? Most humans do after finding out I'm a demon. But you don't look scary at all. You see, your eyes portray kindness. I'm not a kind person at all. That's the very reason why I've been exiled. Exiled? What did you do? I fought my brother over the throne. Because of that, I was exiled. I see. So you're actually a kind person after all. Huh? Your eyes are filled with sorrow, not hatred from losing the throne. Even though you've been chased out of your homeland, you can't bear to hate your brother, can you? You're a strange young lady indeed. Maybe I am. Some do call me odd. I'm not surprised. You must be the only princess in the whole world to prefer a military uniform to a dress. Of course, dresses are much harder to move around in, and I prefer swinging swords to singing or playing a harp. So may I ask for your name now, O mysterious demon? Have you never heard the saying, telling someone your true name is the ultimate way to let your guard down? See it as a thanks for being healed. Huh, very well. I'm no different to a dead man after all. My name is Vades. I am second in line to the throne of the world of darkness. Our performance today was a huge success, all thanks to you. We'd love for you to come again some other time. Woo! We gained 50 coal and 4 colored coal as a reward. A whole day goes by so quickly. I should go to bed. I had no idea so many champions attacked Deathride. Of course you don't. Humans who spend all their time in Almanen's capital probably see things very differently to the humans we fight near the borders. Thank you for your esteemed opinion. Now, have you finished clearing up on your end? Of course. Those amateurs took no time at all. I saw a lot of them run away on your end, however, letting them escape. Ugh, fuck! How dare you pieces of shit kill my friends! I'll kill you! I didn't let them go on purpose. That's why I keep saying you're too naive. Huh? Wait. Lizette, move! What? Die! He can use magic? He has the blood of a powerful demon in his body, and yet he sunk so low he hid amongst humans and attacked his own kind. Pathetic. A demon? We're finished with this area. Wait! What? You're too loud. Was that man really a demon? Does it shock you that some demons look a lot like humans? Our blood grows thinner every generation. Demons who look like humans can join the human world if they wish. That's not it! It's just that you knew he was a demon? Yes, I did. So? Are you saying you can't trust someone who kills their own race? The heterodoxist hatred for demons truly knows no bounds. Any excuse for you is good enough. Sorry. Don't need the help of demons, they say. Wait, what did you just say? I said I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I was wrong. I'm sure you hate it too, right? That you have to kill people from your own race. I was careless just now, I'll admit that. I doubt it would have gotten me killed, but without your help, I'm sure I would have been injured. I never would have guessed a demon lord like you would save a human from a demon. I was surprised, to say the least. I'm not stupid enough to assume all my allies are demons. I don't confuse friend and enemy on the battlefield. Huh? Both of you are important guests of mine after all. Anything else you want to do here? If not, we're heading back. Wait! An ally, huh? Alright, second round, second month. Oh, Lord Jin! My breath caught in my throat as I saw Jin's figure in the distance. He was walking on the other side of the courtyard with a well-dressed young woman. She had her arm hooked intimately around his, and Jin had a gleeful smile on his face, clearly enjoying himself. Is that his girlfriend? My hand tightly gripped my coat, fire suddenly igniting in my heart. I was furious, though I wasn't entirely sure why. It was probably because he'd used me to cheat on his own girlfriend. Yes, that had to be it. For God's sake, if you already have a... He doesn't. Gardus! The demon lord suddenly appeared behind me, cutting off my sentence. Really? Really. I'm the only one Jin sees as special. He doesn't have a girlfriend or anything. Then that woman? Just some girl who chases after him. Jin never rejects anyone who comes to his room, but he doesn't follow after them once they leave. He must be really lonely. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. This is probably the easiest way he can live, after losing someone important to him. Was it his sister? Did Jin tell you that? Yeah, a while back. Huh, how rare. He said he killed his own sister. So he's saying things like that nowadays. So it isn't true? Of course it isn't. Jin wouldn't do anything, or would do anything for me in my kingdom, but he'd never do something as cold-blooded as killing his own sister. Back then, the demon kingdoms around us were being invaded one by one, so Jin and I would spend our days trying to work out what to do with the casualties and refugees. And while our attention was distracted, A champion kidnapped Jin's sister. Well, I say champion, but he was actually just a greedy vagrant. He wanted gold and riches, and his personality was as vile as it gets. It seems he didn't just want to ransom off Jin, but my head along with it. What do you mean, it seems? I didn't know about it until it was over. Jin secretly sent his subordinates to deal with it while he fought on the front line beside me. He didn't try and save his sister? Things were much worse back then, and we desperately needed soldiers. Jin is an immensely powerful demon, and he probably thought the whole army would have fallen apart without him. So that's why he said he killed her. He's a stubborn man. I keep telling him it's not his fault, but he never listens. Never getting in a serious relationship might be his way of apologizing to his sister. But that is all the time that I have for this episode, guys. So if you liked it, hit that thumbs up button down below and subscribe if you haven't already. I love you guys so much, and I will see you next time. Bye!